All right, before we get into this episode, let me just make one thing clear. We recorded this before Francisco Lindor was traded to the Mets, so that's going to be out next episode. So I don't want to see any comments. Oh, what about Lindor? Your favorite team just got the best player ever. This was recorded before that, so just keep that in mind. All right, here's the episode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Big Apple Baseball Banter, episode, I believe, 14. Not much has been going on, but we're going to talk baseball, and we have a fun little second base ranking at the end of the video. Let's banter. All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Big Apple Baseball Banter, episode, I believe, 14. I'm not 100% on that,
Yep.
but thank you. And I should probably know that. Today, we have nothing to talk about, but it's every week, bro. It's every week, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. All right, let me
I hate you.
on my co-host Big Apple Ben with the Insta plug. Before I do that, actually, 585-622-4931 is the phone number. Please call in with your voicemails because we haven't done one in a minute because no one calls in and it makes us lonely. But all right, Big Apple Ben, why don't you introduce the Instagram?
All right. We got big.apple.baseball.banner breaking all the MLB news. An hour late, but it's out there.
Nah,
and
I've
we
been on
get
top
there.
of it.
Oh, yeah. You have been insane. You actually are breaking things faster than some of the posts on Instagram. So,
Now,
bam. You guys got to follow us.
Sometimes that relates to me reporting false news, James McCann, but that's the most viewed video on our channel.
It was right in the end.
That was easily the most viewed video on our channel. So yeah. And by the way, that Instagram, that little plug clip, that was like the third take. So Zoom's tripping out right now, but oh well. So funny little story. If you guys didn't see, we posted an update video about it. I'll probably private it because it's a dumb video. It doesn't really matter. Our last episode got a copyright strike. No, copyright claim. Copyright strike's like really bad. This is a copyright claim because we kept playing the Frank Sinatra Yankees song. So I have a replacement. Ben hasn't heard it yet. You
no. No, no.
Hella auto-tune.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I threw this together 5 minutes before we started recording. I might actually record like a full-on cover because some of you guys probably know I'm into music and stuff. So I should probably just record my own little
That's
cover.
beautiful.
I got guitars, saxophones. I could do it all, but in 5 minutes, I'll throw a little bit of auto-tune just for jokes. But we probably won't be hitting that as much as last time because we were spamming the shit out of it. But it was fun anyways. So yeah, just some housekeeping. We're not gonna be able to play that song. Luckily, the video description told us what song had a copyright claim. So thanks, UMG. Appreciate it. Or what is it? Yeah, UMG, Universal Music Group. Thanks, guys. But anyways, let's get into talking some baseball. So let's talk about some news. There's not much, but we got a few stories, mainly rumors.
Brian Cashman's alive.
So a big rumor here is
he's not dead.
Wilson Contreras to the Angels. I think this is actually a good fit. The interesting thing about this is, well, it works for both sides. The Cubs are clearly rebuilding. They need to get more prospects. You're not going to get like Joe Adell or someone, but you can get some solid pieces for Wilson Contreras. You know, he's a solid catcher. I know you're not particularly the highest on him, but he's a good player, and especially at a weak position. Now, the Angels have a guy in Max Stassi with good potential, but he's more of a platoon catcher. So Wilson Contreras can kind of be a very good starting catcher, and I don't think you're gonna have to give up too much just because the Cubs don't have any leverage now. Everyone knows what they're doing, so he's only 28 years old too, which is nice. Now, this is interesting is that if the Angels trade for Wilson Contreras, what the hell does JT Realmuto have market wise?
All that's really left is Blue Jays and Mets. Not even the Mets. I can't remember that they keep signing him because
that's our most
exactly.
video,
it's so
man.
weird.
You got to remember this.
this isn't even the first time I like blank on the Mets signing him. I think it's just the controversy that came with it. It's just the
Right.
Mets are my first initial thought whenever I think of Real Muto because I
Yeah, we
always
were
think of the
rumored to get him for the
allegations.
longest time.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear, if he signs with another team for like $5 million more than McCann, because no one else will pay him a ton, oh, I will be so mad. And
That might
McCann,
happen, honestly.
love you, McCann, but like when the Mets said that they wanted to sign McCann because Real Muto wasn't going to sign until late, and they just needed a catcher. That I didn't like hearing that because, well, actually that it does make sense because if McCann goes, then you're gonna have to overpay for Real Muto because he'll have all the leverage. He knows that you're not rolling with Tomas Nido or Ali Sanchez. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand that, but I swear if that happens, I'm gonna be pissed. But where else can he land? The Blue Jays or what? The Tigers or something? You think? I don't think they're gonna spend that much for him.
That was my initial, what is it? Yeah, the initial blind pick, like underdog.
Yeah, it's a great fit.
Yeah. Where else though?
It's weird that the best catcher in freaking baseball can't find a team or doesn't have a bunch of
Yeah,
suitors.
that's
Well,
so
the
crazy.
Nationals maybe.
That it no, because they got a key boom down there.
That catcher.
Unless they want to open up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
catcher. What about
They
Keyboom?
they got two key booms.
Oh, they have a catcher named Keyboom?
Yeah, and he's a top prospect as well.
Oh, really? Oh, we're gonna become
Yeah.
Nationals minor league experts because their AAA team is now our local minor league team. Shout out to the Rochester Red Wings. Go Wings, baby. So we gotta
Woohoo!
we should become a Red Wings channel. We should try to be reporters there, do press conferences and
Oh
shit.
yeah, get a little
Get
internship.
on the Zoom calls and stuff. Ask the spicy
Yeah.
questions that pussy reporters don't want to talk about. But I'll be like, yo, why do you suck so bad, man? Yo, Carter Keyboom, why are you so bad in MLB right now? Like, keep it up because fuck the Nats. But um, that'd
You
be
can't
epic.
hate the Nats. Oh my God.
I hate the
They're
Nats.
the most unhateable
That's
franchise
not
in
true.
baseball. Who's
That's a
more
good.
unhateable?
I'm a little the Mariners
Oh, okay. Well,
because no one
good
cares.
teams.
No one cares, and Ken Griffey Jr. and everyone loves Ken Griffey
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah. But I mean, as in terms of like a winning team
Um,
right now,
huh.
the White Sox.
No, their division rivals definitely hate the Diamondbacks. I've never heard someone say anything bad about the Diamondbacks. They're not like an awful
Yeah, but
team,
they
so
suck now.
yeah, they're not Mariners bad though. Which, by the way, guys, if you want me and someone else, not Ben's opinion on ranking every team, check out the latest video. It did really bad, so go like it and subscribe. But moving on,
Go watch it.
Corey Kluber has been drawing interest from a couple teams. Mets are one of them, and they will attend his throwing session next week. They also attended James Paxton's throwing session. If you guys saw my ranking, which it was first called analyzing every free agent pitcher. I changed it to ranking because I heard that's better for the YouTube algorithm. Um, so I played FMK. So I had a kill on Kluber and a fuck on James Paxton. And so Kluber, I like the guy, but no, I don't want him because dude's injury prone as hell, at least recently. Let him go sign a 1-year deal with someone else, and then if he pitches well, then you sign him next year. But I'm not interested in these super high risk, high reward pitchers that like they're either boom or bust. Like Michael Walker was kind of a boom or bust last year, and he really busted. He sucked. He was terrible. So yeah, Corey
Yeah.
Kluber, it's good to go there just to see, he's an option, but I would stay away from him. Which pains me to say because I like Corey Kluber quite a bit. He's fun to watch. So another kind of medium free agent, Jake Odorizzi. It's reportingly look what the hell am I saying? It's due to report according to reports, it looks like the Red Sox have
There
interest
you
in
go.
him, which I believe
Mhm.
that was my original prediction for him to go to the Red Sox. Red Sox need a ton of starting pitching, but you can't. If you need a ton of starting pitching, you don't go out and get the big guy. You get depth. You get multiple medium guys. And Jake Odorizzi is like the definition of the B tier, B tier pitcher, or maybe even A tier, because
Pitcher.
Bauer's he's S tier, and then you got the next
Oh, for
tier
sure.
is like Odorizzi and Taiwan Walker, Tanaka and Paxton, guys like that. And then you got all these other bums
Mhm.
like freaking Rich Hill and shit. Which he's not a bum. He's 41.
Rich Hill isn't bad.
He's 41 though. You got these other
As
bums
long
like
as he get,
like
whenever
Chris
he's on the
Archer.
field, he's good.
Yeah, you got these other
No,
bums
I
like
think.
like Homer Bailey.
Okay, yeah, now that's a bum.
Yeah, he's always hurt too.
He may have thrown a no-hitter, but I mean, he's a bum.
Yeah, Mike Fiers threw a no hitter. He's a bum. He threw 2.
He threw 2.
Yep.
So much fucking what is it?
Pine
Pine
tar.
tar
You
on
saw
his
the
neck.
video? Yeah, John Boy.
Yep. Oh, I love John Boy.
Yeah, same. Who doesn't? He's like saving. He's every guy I see is like that doesn't like that like likes baseball, but they aren't that into it. Like a guy I watch on YouTube. He's like I like the sport of baseball. I just don't like the MLB. Like I like watching John Boy media. I'm like, hey, that's my guy. I freaking love John Boy.
Yep.
So other news involving the Yankees.
Oh man.
You got the best outfielder in the history of Major League Baseball. He's so good that he got traded, which I don't know what the hell the Indians were doing trading him. And then the Padres traded him again. Greg Allen. Greg Allen is perhaps
DJ LeMahieu.
Oh no,
is
not
quite
DJ LeMahieu.
possibly the greatest player.
Replace
in
DJ
baseball
LeMahieu
history.
with Greg Allen. Just kidding. He's not that good. How do you feel about Greg Allen? Because you're probably gonna kill me for saying this. I kind of think if he's like that 4th or 5th outfielder, I kind of think Brett Gardner is gone.
Oh yeah, for sure. After
Because
seeing this,
you got
yeah,
Judge for half a year, Stanton for a quarter of a year,
DH,
and then
DH.
yeah.
Only.
Oh right. Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, and then okay, he doesn't count.
Hicks.
Aaron Hicks probably missed some time too. Clint Frazier, he'll be a good healthy boy. Mike Tauchman's probably your 4th outfielder. So
Yep.
obviously Brett Gardner's a free agent. Do you think he's going to retire? I don't see him signing with someone else.
Yeah, I think he's going to retire after this trade, seeing as I believe Greg Allen's going to start at our minor league, facility. But if somebody like Tauchman, Judge, or Hicks go down, that's where he's going to come up and play on the bench. Nice defensive replacement, late innings kind of guy. Maybe give you some speed as well.
Yeah, if Greg Allen's your minor league guy, then
I mean,
if Greg Allen's your minor league guy, then you can then you could bring back Gardner, but I wouldn't. I think it's time to get better and get younger. But if you want your leader, you're losing Kratzy already. That's your boy, and
don't mention his name.
it makes sense. It makes sense
hard
to bring him back, but like he shouldn't be a starter. But I don't think he's not going to sign anyone anywhere else because he won't get a starting opportunity anywhere else in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we actually have some big news now. I don't know why we saved all this minor shit and rumors, all this Greg Allen and stupid crap like that. It looks like
he's big in my heart.
What's his name? Tomoyuki Sugano. It's looking like he's not going to be signing with the in an MLB team this year. So if you saw my latest video, I think it's one video ago, I talked about how Mets fans need to calm down. It's not a big deal because there's better options, in my opinion. Now, you might think, oh well, he's got these numbers? Yeah, but he's got those numbers in Japan. He can be a great player, but it's kind of a boomer bust, honestly. And
yeah,
I don't like judging, these Japanese players based on how some other Japanese players have been, because he could be the next Masahiro Tanaka. I don't know, but then he could also be the next Yusei Kikuchi. Yeah, so I'm not too bummed about it. And the team that looked like they were going to sign him, the Giants, they're out on him too. So, and the Red Sox are out on him too. So I think he's either going to the Blue Jays or he's going to go back to Japan. And the craziest thing, so his team there, the Giants, not to confuse him with the San Francisco Giants or the
The
New York
Yamaguri.
Giants, who are crying like a bunch of. Speaking about the New York Giants, they're all crying like a bunch of babies because the freaking Philadelphia Eagles tanked a football game and they missed the playoffs because of it when they went 6-10. Done with football. I just had to get that off my chest. Also, good job, Jets. We fired Adam Gase. Thank God. Back to baseball. You know him, the dude with the crazy eyes, the head coach of the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
He got fired. Yeah. All right. So,
He scared me.
oh, dude's creepy, man.
Yeah.
And then, what was I saying? Shit, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, the Giants in Japan in the MPB.
Yamaguri Giants.
Yamaguri. I did not know that. Good job.
Thank you.
What the fuck? Oh, yeah. They gave him I can't, dude. We're so off today. Drop a dislike.
You're good.
Drop a dislike on this video. This has been terrible. No, I'm just kidding. Just wait till we get to the ranking, and then it'll be great. They offered him a contract with 3 opt-outs. So after every
Whoa.
year, he has the option to opt out and sign with the major league team. Dude, that's generous, man.
That's so nice.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, man, we want to see you succeed, but we want you to be able to. If you're not going to do that, we want you to be a Giant. Well,
Jesus, imagine if MLB owners were like that.
Yeah, just giving everyone
Like
opt-outs.
Yeah, Yu Darvish would be so much happier right now. Maybe
Why?
you
So we could
actually like
Why would he
call him
opt out?
after he trades you.
Oh my God, I saw that. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying in terms of like politeness.
Yeah.
I feel so bad.
Yeah, they didn't call him. That's crazy. But anyways, this isn't
Think
news.
about that. That's your ace too.
Yeah. Or you could maybe Hendricks is, but he was definitely your ace last year.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we're done this shitty news segment, my God, GMs, please make this news segment enjoyable, more enjoyable, please.
That's facts.
But I have an idea. So about the Mets, there's a new guy, a trade target, is my new favorite trade target to acquire. It's not Nolan Arenado, who I feel like I'm the only freaking Mets fan who wants this guy. He Coors Field, he gets paid a lot of money. Oh, he wouldn't make that if he signed now. Yeah, he would. He would make that much money if he signed now. He'd probably make more because a lot of times you take a discount to stay home or to stay in your, with your team. But anyways, and then Francisco Lindor, not him. The guy I really want to trade for is Luis Castillo. Starting pitcher, Cincinnati Reds. I saw like SNY posted like a trade proposal, and Mets fans were like crying, like, "Oh, it's bad. I don't want to trade." Dude, I think that trade, I would do it in a heartbeat. And it's either him or Sonny Gray, one of these Reds pitchers. Because first of all, if you pitch well in Cincinnati, you pitch well everywhere. Basically, that's one of like top 5 most hitter friendly parks in the league. He's one of the highest potential pitchers with some of the best stuff in the league. His changeup is unfair. Him and like Devin Williams.
The NL Central changeups are just incredible.
Yeah. Bauer has a good change. Well, he's not in the NL Central anymore, obviously. With Hendricks.
Hendricks has an amazing.
Yeah, good changeup. Pirate. No, I'm just kidding. What pitchers do they have? They got Brad Keller. No, not Mitch Keller.
Joe Musgrove.
Well, Musgrove's getting traded.
Probably.
And then I actually really like one of their pitching prospects who pitched really well last year, Mitch Keller. He had a good year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They should trade him while he's got value. But Luis Castillo, he's shown I'm not calling him he's a potential pitcher where he's great right now, but he has the potential to be an elite pitcher, honestly, in my opinion. That's how good I think this guy is. You get him out of Cincinnati, if numbers go even higher. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and he's got control too. I think he's only 27 or 28. So he's good on age size. He's good on the age side, and you don't have to give up that much to get him compared to a Nolan Arenado, a Lindor, which those guys you don't have to give up as much to get because Lindor's got one more year. Arenado's got a big contract, and Also with Lindor, they don't have any leverage because, everyone
just
knows
need to
they're
get
trying to
rid of
trade
him.
him. Exactly. Everyone knows they're trading them. The only leverage is a potential bidding war, which is definitely going to happen. You'll have a lot of teams
Yeah.
trying to acquire this guy. But the thing about Luis Castillo is with starting pitchers, usually you have to trade a king's ransom to get a stud starting pitcher like this. Like we saw James Paxton get the Yankees' #1 pitching prospect back in 2019, Justice Sheffield. Like
Yeah, and
pitching,
he sucked.
what he did with the Mariners last year?
I actually think he did pretty
No, he
good in
did pretty
2020.
well.
However, in
2019 he sucked.
2019 he
Yeah,
sucked.
yeah.
Oh, he
But
was quite good in 2020
was he?
actually.
He's a lefty, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, him and
And he's only
Justin
24.
Dunn, good young pitchers they got there from New York teams. But Luis Castillo, you won't have to give up that much to get him, honestly. And potential trade, I don't think the Mets would do it just because it looks like they're really trying to hold on to their prospects. But any major league ready guys, I'm not touching either of our first basemen. Like, let's go through. Like, it's actually an interesting topic to talk about. You can talk about the Yankees too. We'll start talking about the Mets. Who on the New York Mets is untouchable? So who's the guys you wouldn't trade? So for me, the guys I'm hands off. Isn't that great? And we're not getting copywritten for that. Let's go. Now, back to the show. So as I was saying,
Thank
the
you.
guys on the Mets I
Thank
wouldn't
you.
trade are both our first basemen. So Pete Alonso, Dom Smith. I'm not trading either of them. Conforto, no. And Jeff McNeil. And then, so those are the position players I wouldn't trade. Jacob deGrom, not trading him.
All right.
Depending on the package, I would trade Noah Syndergaard depending on the package because you could get a ton back for him because he's one of those guys with some of the most potential like in baseball, and he's obviously a very good pitcher. But I would trade him for the right haul. And then other than that, I don't think anyone's on. So those was his 4 position players. So Smith, Alonso, McNeil, Conforto, and then deGrom. Those are my 5 untouchables on the New York Mets. All right, what about the Yankees for you? I'll make a good one next time.
All right. My Yankees, I don't think we're going to be trading Gio Urshela, Gleyber Torres, and Aaron Judge. Or no, Giancarlo Stanton. I don't want to say.
I know you can't trade him, but what's the one player you would like? Pretty much like you're close to hanging up the phone unless you're getting freaking Mike Trout back. Like
Aaron Judge, not necessarily because of his production, but just because of like the name value that he brings to New York. When you think of baseball, you think of Aaron Judge, despite him not even being a top 5 baseball player, in my opinion.
Not top 10, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know. It's incredibly debatable.
Yeah,
but
borderline.
Just
around
because
borderline
of that,
top 15.
He puts
butts in the seats.
He's definitely top 15. He puts asses in seats.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think we're going to be trading him. On the pitching side, I really don't think there's anybody we wouldn't be willing to trade except
Garrett
for maybe
Cole.
Chad Green. Well, Garrett Cole, obviously he has
these are
a
guys,
bunch of no trade clauses.
These are guys that you, as if you were the GM, that you wouldn't trade. So you're untouchable.
Oh,
yeah. I think I said this wrong. Yeah. My bad. I was about to say, like, you're not going to trade Gio Urshela. I know how much you like him and stuff, but he's a great player. You could obviously upgrade, though. Like, it's not like these guys with so much potential that you're not trading this guy for prospect. And these are guys you trade for prospects or like established major league talent. So like a lot of the like untouchables I'd say are young guys. And honestly, Conforto, I don't even know if he's an untouchable because if you're trading him for, Mookie Betts, obviously, but like realistically, guys who you wouldn't trade.
Well, I would definitely not trade Cole. I wouldn't trade Jonathan Loaisiga because the stuff is there, and I do think he's going to be a closer potential pitcher in the near future. Jordan Montgomery, because I was going through the advanced analytics, and it turns out that no one squares this man up, and yet he is incredibly unlucky. So I do think he's going to break out any one of these years. Now, I said Urshela from a kind of hearty standpoint because I just love Gio Urshela with a passion that cannot be expressed in words. I would also not trade Aaron Hicks because I love his style of play. I'm very open to trading prospects, and Aaron Hicks isn't a prospect, and he fits our lineup incredibly well with high walk rates, high pull rates,
And he's the
high
only
fly ball
left-handed
rates.
hitter or switch hitter, but he's the only player who could hit from the left-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, what's Mike Ford doing? Nothing. Fuck you, Mike Ford.
Trash. Dude, you gotta say our guy Michael King. That's my favorite player in the Yankees now. Hometown kid.
Oh, of course.
Rochester
I'm not
boy.
trading Michael King.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grown up. We love that
man.
man.
Of course. Michael King, we love you, bro.
Speaking of which, actually, hometown. Ernie Clement's probably going to make his debut in 2021.
Who?
He might make the Indians opening day roster. The Brighton kid.
Oh, there's a kid from Brighton on that's interesting. On the Indians? Or sorry, the Cleveland baseball team.
Oh yeah, my bad. I mean the Cleveland Spiders. It's gonna be Spiders.
Cleveland baseball team.
Just wait.
That's what we're calling them, the Cleveland. You can call them the Indians. I don't care, but I
just
like it as the joke. The Cleveland baseball team. Yeah, the CBT.
I love saying that.
Yeah. Or just call them the baseball team. Like I called the Washington
the
football team, Washington football team, So
yeah.
That's an interesting thing to talk about. So, do you want to segue now to our second baseman rankings?
All right, sure. Ernie Clement's a middle infielder as well, so that's a nice segue right there.
Yeah. So, second base. Now, definitely one of the weaker positions in baseball, unfortunately. It seems like every time there's a good player who plays second base, that team does literally everything they can to make sure he doesn't play second base. Jeff McNeil, DJ LeMahieu, now Jake Croninworth, Whit Merrifield, like any other examples. I'm looking at my list. Brandon
Lasella.
Yeah, Brandon Lau plays in the outfield a lot. Kavon Biggio plays in the outfield. It seems like
Jerickson
Profar. It seems like every second baseman is like a utility guy,
man.
Except for a few guys here and there. But this is when we're talking, defensive spectrum based on what position defense is more valuable. Second base, obviously not as much as catcher, but more than first base. Obviously, it's kind of towards the middle of importance. But let's count down. I started the first one. You started the last one, so I'll start the first one. We just mentioned this guy, number 10, Angels, and then Athletics second baseman Tommy Lasella. Now, I completely forgot to pull up the stats, so I'm going to be working on that right now. But he's just the definition of a solid player. He kind of broke out. He made the All-Star team back in 2019 before. I think he had like a broken leg or something. Or no, he had a broken leg at the All-Star. I remember he had like he was on crutches during the game. But he broke out, and he's just pretty much the definition of a solid player. He's got a solid, left-handed bat. He plays kind of below average defense, but you can kind of get away with it. And last year he had an 819 OPS, 370 on base, 281 average. That's like, and 1 stolen base, 5 home runs, which also new soundbite, 5 home runs.
It's gone! Santa Maria!
Yeah. Every time we mention a home run.
Scared me. Oh my god.
It's gone!
You're gonna be hearing that in my dreams tonight. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You gotta max out the volume and just blast that out of nowhere.
I'm not killing your ears, and I'm wearing headphones too. So, but Tommy Lasella is pretty much just the definition. He's kind of you could say he's a boring player. He's just solid, and it's definitely a weaker position, second base. But he's just a really good player, and I wish he was a little worse because I'd love to have him on the Mets as a bench bat. but he's obviously not going to be a bench player. So who's your number 10?
Well, my number 10,
Yeah.
first of all, I want to give a shout out to Jurickson Profar because he just barely missed out as an honorable mention. Because, he's got a decent average and good eye. And, I mean, he's had surprisingly good speed with, really good stolen base to caught stealing rate since 2018. But number 10, I'm going with Mr. Late Bloomer himself. He's hit 329 since 2019. It's Donovan Solano.
Ooh, Donnie Barrels. He barely made the list for me. I don't know what's with these Giants guys. Like last list, Brandon Belt was like my number 11 guy. Now like Donnie Barrels is like my number 11 honorable mention. And also, by the way, before we get further in, what players are we considering Jake Croninworth the second baseman?
I am considering Jake Croninworth the second baseman.
Okay, I'm not. Spoiler alert,
Right.
you might see him on another list. And then
Ooh.
Whit Merrifield, I don't have him as a second baseman. I don't think he played any
I don't
very
either.
little second base last year. So yeah. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Housekeeping out of the way. So yeah, keep continuing about Donnie Barrels.
I love Donnie Barrels. He's a very late bloomer, as I said before. Kind of very similar to Jose Iglesias from the second
I like
base.
that comp.
Yeah, both very high average, low walk, low power kind of guys, slap base hits all across the field, especially up the middle. And little known fact, Jose Iglesias was on pace to win the AL batting title if he had qualified with, I think, 15 more ABs. So
was it
just
this
some
past
food
year?
for thought.
Was it this
This past year? Yep.
Well, obviously.
Yep.
DJ LeMahieu is
He's
quite
at 369.
possibly the greatest player in baseball history.
He lost to DJ LeMahieu, obviously. But yeah.
Obviously, he still took the dub.
How's his glove, Donnie Barrels?
I'm pretty sure it's like just around average, maybe a slightly above. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, me neither. All right, coming in at number 9, the legend, the Instagram meme god, David Fletcher. Now, David Fletcher.
Number 9?
Yeah, number 9. Was that too low for you?
Way too low.
All right, I'm sorry. Now, David Fletcher.
I'm disappointed.
His position, it's a little confusing. He might be playing shortstop next year, but they also got Jose Iglesias, so I seriously doubt that. He was a third baseman until they signed Rendon, and he's just another example of a super solid player. He hits for average, but he also walks a good amount. He has a 319 average with a 376 on base. Now, the thing that I'm, what's keeping him lower is his slugging percentage. Now, with 376 on base, he only has an 801 OPS, which means he's got a low slugging percentage because he doesn't hit for power. He only hit 3 home runs last year, but he's just a definition of a contact hitter. He hits the ball to all fields. He plays really good defense. He's, again, a definition of a really well-rounded, solid player, something that seems like a lot of second basemen are. It's kind of weird how many of these guys are kind of average hitters that play multiple positions, that hit the ball for contact. They hit the ball through all fields. You know what I'm saying? So David Fletcher, I just need to see him hit for a little more power and get that slugging percentage up. Then he'll be way higher up here. Who is
we're
number
gonna have
9?
Quite a few problems with each other's list, I think.
Oh, that's fine. That makes it entertaining.
Oh, I know, but David Fletcher at number 9 is. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
I'm sorry, man.
Number 9. I'm probably gonna make you upset with this next one. My number 9 is Wilmer Flores.
Oh, why is that too high for me?
I would think that you're pretty emotionally attached to him.
I love Wilmer. I love Wilmer.
Wilmer.
He's not even on my list, so I'm not mad.
All right. I think he's quite possibly. He's incredibly underrated.
Oh,
he had
for
an
sure.
848 OPS last year.
In San Francisco.
In 20,
which is impressive.
In San Francisco. And then had a 819, if I remember correctly, in 2019.
Yeah,
so
2019
he's also had
was pretty injury plagued, though. He didn't have that many at bats.
He still played half a season or so.
Yeah.
So, and then he also had quite a few above average seasons before that, prior, and in Queens. The one thing that keeps him down though is his defense.
Defense
It's
is
not too good
Yeah, I know he played a bit of
at all.
shortstop with the Mets, which is, odd for someone whose best position is probably first base. He played some first base. He played some shortstop kind of in our World Series run. I love me some Wilmer. Unfortunately didn't make my list, but dude cried on the field because he found out he thought he wasn't going to be a Met anymore, and that means a lot. I wish there were more guys like that. Mets are notorious for having players cry on the field. Wilmer and Pete Alonso, to be specific, which you already know. Pete Alonso, 2021 MVP, baby. But that was
Man,
he wasn't getting traded, but it was because
even
he
polar
broke
bears cry.
he broke Aaron Judge's record. So gotta cry about that because he was like, man, Judge is gonna be so sad
Juiced
at
ball.
rehab tomorrow.
Juiced
Yankee
ball.
Stadium. He said he's probably sad. He's like, damn, Aaron's gonna be so sad at rehab tomorrow, seeing that I broke his record because he's always injured. All right. Anything else
That
about
was a
my
good
man?
one. That was a good
Thanks,
one.
man. Anything else about my man Wilmer?
No problem, Elias. No, not much.
Oh,
Defense
thank
is
you.
holding him back.
Thank you. I'm sorry. My manners.
Of course. I insist. What is
All right.
your number 8 pick?
My number 8 didn't have a great year this past year. Another guy whose glove sucks, but he's super young and he can hit real well. Keston Hiura of the Milwaukee Brewers. Now you're probably saying, "Oh, why is he higher than David Fletcher?" I think he has more potential, and he hits for a lot more power. Now,
Okay.
now 2020,
Okay.
13 home runs, which is, nice, and he played on one of the worst offenses in the league, so he's lacking protection, obviously, and his glove sucks. Like I said, maybe you move him to first base, honestly, because they kind of have a hole over there. But this dude's just a great hitter. Last year, 707 OPS, not good. A 297 on base percentage is terrible, and a 220 average. Now, again, pretty much the whole team had a down year, but before that, as I pull up his 2019 stats, he had a 368 on base percentage and a 938 OPS. Now, obviously, didn't play the full year, but played a lot down the stretch, in their playoff push. So, yeah, Keston Hiura, which I love that name too. Keston Hiura. It's a great name.
Yeah, that's so badass.
Yeah, right? Keston.
So smooth.
Yeah, it really is. So yeah, Keston Hiura, the Milwaukee Brewers, coming in at number 8. Who's your number 8?
Well, thanks, Elias. My number 8 is Tommy Lasella. Bringing it back to the Lasella train, the caboose. Nice little tidbit here. For the second time in his career during 2020, Lasella walked more times than he struck out.
Ooh.
In fact, we
like that.
Yeah, we really like that. In fact, this is incredible. He struck out less than half the amount of times he walked. 27 walks to 12 strikeouts.
Ben really likes that too because Ben really likes that too because his team strikes out so much.
Yeah. You get used to seeing so many like 0 for 4 with 3 strikeout box scores that just seeing that kind of thing is like finding an oasis in the Sahara Desert. It just doesn't happen.
Yep. So, anything else?
Who knows? Maybe even the
Lasella?
Yankees will get him.
Yeah, be a great fit if you lose DJ. All right, number 7.
Bench bat.
Speaking of the AL East, this is the new DJ LeMahieu. Not really, but the new second baseman also plays some outfield too. Might have to be moved Might have to be moved there if the Blue Jays sign DJ LeMahieu. Kevin Biggio. Now you're probably thinking, oh well, he just, I don't know if he has the same results as the other guys, but I'm going off a little bit of projection here. The dude had an 807 OPS, a 375 on base percentage, which compared to a 250 average, that's real good. Walks a good amount, and also hit 8 home runs, which is nice. And he plays a really good second base and can play multiple positions too, which is super valuable. I know this isn't top 10 utility men, but it's super valuable to have that, versatility. And he's only
Yeah,
25 years
of
old.
course.
He's going to be a part of that young core for the Blue Jays for a while, and he's only going to get better from now. So number 8, Kevin Biggio.
You mean 7?
7, yes. His jersey
There you
number
go.
is number 8. I read that.
Ooh, nice little tidbit. I see
should have
you. That's a
I should have
nice
put him at
segue.
number 8 because of that. But yeah. Who's your
Well, you're
number?
just going down the list.
Who's your
You
number
go
7?
8, 7.
Yeah, he's saying counting.
My number
Math.
7. Yeah. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
intentional.
All right, Kevin. Number 7 for you is
Colton Big Wong. He's very confusing to me because he's so inconsistent with the bat. But every single year, he gives you Gold Glove defense and solid wheels. The power is only there once every 2 years, though, I'd say.
yeah, seems like it.
Everyone kind of, I think, slept on him during 2020 because he didn't hit for any power whatsoever, but he still rocked a 350 on base percentage, which is certainly productive. So, yeah, my number 7 is Colton Long.
Way too
And
high.
if all trends continue, he's going to be even better next year with the bat, and he's going to have another breakout.
Yeah, I think he's way too high. Honestly, I don't think he's that good enough of a hitter. Especially, he's not even in my top 10. But number 7. Now,
Wow.
This is the fun part about this series is the back and forth. We haven't really had enough because we tend to agree on stuff. But I understand how good his glove is, especially 2 plays I'm thinking of. The one where the double play where he just
Spring
smacked the ball
training,
with
yeah.
his glove. No, this is the one where he smacked the ball with his glove to Paul DeYoung, and then the glove flip.
Yeah, that was
Paul
during spring
DeYoung
training.
in spring training. The first one was in the regular season where he just I'll send it to you maybe. He just smacked the ball with his glove, just shoveled it to DeYoung for the double play. The spring training one was the glove.
Oh,
flip
but not
one.
with the side. Yeah, the side with his glove.
Yeah. The side.
Yeah,
was
I know
like
which one you're talking about now.
Cool. Yeah, it was like a shovel pass almost. And the spring training, that play is unbelievable too. I watched. I was in awe when I first saw it, but he doesn't really do enough at the plate for me to make my top 10, especially number 7. But he's definitely a solid player, and I'm curious to see where he's going to sign because the Cardinals let him go, so that should be interesting. Who shall I move on to number 6?
You shall. And in the future, please, if you don't agree with me at all, scream at me. I want to win this fight right now. Let's go.
All right. Now you're not gonna hate. I was screaming, bro. I listen to a lot of heavy metal.
That was so.
You hear a lot of that, and
Oh my god.
Sorry, rest in peace, headphone users. All right, so this, Ben will probably agree with this, but we might get one angry commenter or two, because at number 6, I got Cattell Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Some people probably think he's way too low, but was not good last year, and he has a career 785 OPS. I know he almost won an MVP in 2019. He was unbelievable. He can also play a really good center field too, so that's really nice. But he has not been consistent at all. With the Mariners, he wasn't great. With some of his years with the Diamondbacks, he wasn't great. He's been a player since 2015, and his OPSs went 753, 610, 740, 768, and then he went insane 981. And then back down to 732. I'm sorry. So, he's not consistent enough. I know his potential is there. I understand that, but I need to see another year with great results. I don't think he's the best player on the Diamondbacks anymore. We both agree it's Zach Gallen, and I'm curious to see.
Oh, for sure. Milkman.
I'm curious to see what he can do next year because I expected a big year from him because going into the year, that lineup, they built a good lineup there. Just no one hit last year. So I was curious to see how he was going to contribute to that. He's also moving back to second base with the acquisition of Starling Marte. He might be moving back to center field though. With well, actually, no, they got the. It's so weird. They have a freaking catcher playing center field, Dalton Varsho, but he can also play center field like pretty well. But you never expect
what?
you'd never expect a catcher to be playing center field.
Or any other position other than first base and DH.
Exactly. Like I feel
Shout out to Isaiah Kiner Falefa,
oh yeah, catcher,
third baseman with a gold glove.
Yeah. But he was like a bum catcher though, right? He was not good.
Yeah, he sucked at defense there.
Yeah. So sometimes you see guys moving from catcher to another position, like a corner infield position, when their defense sucks. But I'm pretty sure Dalton Varsho's got decent catcher defense, like in the minor leagues. But imagine like platooning.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Dude, that dude's career is not gonna last long. If one day he catches, next day center field, like yikes. But
he's gonna have really strong, like, what is it? What's that muscle? I don't know. I can't remember the name. No, not quads. He's gonna have great quads, but I think those are gonna.
I'm not the guy.
Eventually...
I'm not the kind of guy to ask. I know the ACL and the MCL because of injuries, like and stuff. But yeah, and yeah. But that's my number 6. Cattell Marte can be a great second baseman. He just needs to put another great year together. I'm not asking him to be an MVP, but I'm asking him to have a freaking OPS above 700. I mean, above 800. So is that too much to ask for? Maybe it is. And also, he plays in Arizona, so his numbers should be better. Who's your number 6?
I actually think that your pick right there was kind of like my Colton Long, in the sense that they're both incredibly inconsistent with good defense. So yeah, I think that's a nice little balance point between us.
Yeah.
My number 6 is Jake Croninworth.
Ooh.
NL Rookie of the Year finalist, and he's an exciting young, perhaps even 5-tool caliber player.
He's actually a 6-tool
he started
player
off
because he can pitch too. He pitched in the minors too.
Oh yeah.
I remember I told you that in one of our first
6-tool
episodes. I was like, dude's a switch. I mean, a 2-way player, and you didn't know. And I was like, yeah, man.
I had no idea.
Hasn't pitched in the big leagues yet, but yeah, man. Jake Cronenworth, great player. Obviously traded from the Rays, for a prospect alongside Tommy Pham. He was kind of a throw-in, and now he's gonna be their second base, or now maybe left fielder for a long time to come. Continue.
Mm-hmm. He started off super hot, and he looked like he was going to run away with the NL and Rookie of the Year. But then he had a rough September, and that's kind of why he's not super high on my list, because I do think that there is still a chance that he might be pulling an Aristides Aquino, in which he was insane for 1 month and then just completely lost it afterwards. We're just going to need more time to tell to see if he is truly who we believe he is.
Yeah, and like,
because in terms of total production, he was stronger than a good 2, maybe 3 of the people that I have in front of him, but I just don't necessarily trust it 100%.
Yeah, I picked him up on a fantasy team, and you could also play him at like first base.
Good steal.
First base, and I think you could also play him at shortstop too, so that was nice. So yeah, number 6 for you. He would definitely be high on this list if he was going to be playing second base next year, but he's not. Which is why, because they literally just signed a second baseman in what's his name? Something Kim, Ha-Sung Kim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I think
not gonna try.
Ha-Sung Kim. You should try one
of
my videos.
Hyo-sun.
Probably, it probably is, but
nah, they're never like the Hoy. I always think it is, and then I'm always like fucking 3 different vowel sounds off.
Yeah, I saw a video of like best MLB player from every country. There was one player that might have the hardest name to pronounce you've ever had, but it's amazing. You want to hear what it is?
Oh yeah, I do.
Wait, Davidis Neverauskis from Lithuania.
Ooh, I was gonna guess the Netherlands.
Yeah. That's in the area, right?
Probably. I mean, Europe.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I know it's like near what's it? Latvia, I think. Anyways, coming in at number getting the
Okay.
top getting the top 5 started, I have Croninworth's former teammate or for starting second baseman of his former organization, Brandon Lau. This dude obviously had a phenomenal year last year at 916 OPS, 362 on base. Had a good rookie year, finished, I believe, third in rookie of the year, made the All-Star team, and then he got hurt and kind of cooled down towards the end of the season. But this year he really proved it that, it seems like he's the only kind of everyday player on that team. Maybe I know Austin Meadows got platoon last year, but he'll probably be going back to that everyday role if he plays well again. But he's that,
Can
you know,
figure out how to hit.
yeah, it seems like every position on the Rays has like one guy to go up against right-handed
Platoon.
pitching, platoon, one guy to go up against left-handed pitching, except Brandon Lau. It seems like he's always playing
Maybe
second base
Willie
for them.
Adames.
Yeah, but well, he's playing shortstop, so. But you could also play like I think does Brasso play any second base?
3-2.
Probably.
Brasso
I mean, he's.
sends one into left field.
Fuck you! Stop it! Stop it!
He probably does. Everyone there plays a bunch of positions, but going back to Brandon Lau, I said not. Yeah, I went over his stats. He didn't have a great postseason except one game where he hit 2 home runs, 3 or 2. I think it was 2 against
Something
the
like
Dodgers
that.
in the World Series. He had a phenomenal game then. Other than that, he had a decent World Series, but the beginning of the playoffs he was dreadful, to be honest. But
Ice cold.
yeah, real bad. But he's a young player and a great player too. Number 5. Who is your number 5?
My number 5 is someone who I think you underrated in Cabin Biggio.
Ooh,
He is. Yeah, I think he has the best eye amongst all second basemen, and he's got really good speed. I think underrated in that category
I
too.
agree. Yeah.
Since 2019, in which he made his debut, he's actually gone 20-0 in stolen base attempts.
Oh wow,
That's almost
really?
Tim. No, that is. Yeah, that's Tim
That's
Castro.
perfect. That's
Tim
crazy.
Low Castro. Yeah. So, maybe he'll be stealing some art as well. Shout out to Foolish Baseball. Love you, Tim Low Castro.
Yeah, shout out to what's it,
That's
Bailey.
really all
That's
I
his
get to
name.
say.
Yeah.
That's new.
Oh, keep talking.
Bailey.
I'm pulling up the I'm trying to see him do the sprint thing on Baseball Savant against Tim LaCastro. Hold up. Shit, I can't find it. Hold up. Hold up. Sprint speed.
If I
Race.
remember correctly, Low Castro's 30.7.
Yeah.
30.7 feet, right?
Fuck. I can't find the damn simulator. Whatever. Oh wait, did I find it? Yeah, I did. Wait, no. Player. Fuck. What? How the fuck do I use? Okay, yeah. Low Castro. Yeah.
Technology.
This is great podcasting. What's his name? Biggio. All right, let's see who wins this. Start. All right. I'm gonna get my play-by-play skills up right here. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah,
This
here we
won't
go.
load. This won't load. I should probably take a screen recording of this. Give me a sec. I might go in and edit this out a bit. Some of this stalling because this is terrible. But
Little Jacob Stallings up in here.
yeah, we be Jacob stalling. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cut this out. Don't you worry, Ben.
Dope.
All right, I'm just getting it set up.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and the runners take. Why isn't it moving? Let me refresh this page. Hang on.
It's moving in your mind.
Maybe. All right, here we go.
Sometimes it's not the race, it's the friends you make along the way.
And this won't work. God damn it.
Baseball savant for you.
Yep. Let me guess. Now it's going to work now that I. All right. Back to Calvin Biggio, we were saying. Now, we just stalled for like 2 minutes trying to screen record a race between Biggio and Calvin and Tim LeCastro. So I'm definitely going to be getting in with it in the editing. So yeah, but any last thoughts on Calvin Biggio?
No, best eye from the second base position and kind of like the Aaron Hicks of second base.
Ooh,
So
like
I'm pretty
that
high
too.
on this kid.
Yeah. Coming in at number 4, only one thing I have to say, or one thing I have to do to let you know who this is.
Mm.
Ote
No.
Tatuve,
Ah,
the trash can
Altuve!
cheater himself, has dropped down a few spots because after being exposed for cheating, he was horrendous last year. A 629 OPS, was absolute money in the playoffs, 1.229 OPS, but he was so bad last year. Obviously, a second place MVP finisher in 2017. You see what I did there?
Oh, I see. And
That should
loud
be
and
taken
clear.
away
Thank
and
you.
given to Mr. Injury Man himself, Aaron Judge.
Thank you.
But that doesn't take away that Altuve's had some great years in the past, even before 2017. He's been up since 2011. His OPSs went 654, not great, 740, not great, 678, not good. And then it went up and up from there. 830, 2014, 812. This is kind of where his prime years started, where he peaked. 2016, 928, 2017, 957 with help. 2018, 837 with help. Or sorry, 957 with trash cans, 837 with code breaker, second base sequence shit, and then 903 with buzzers, and then 2020 with nothing. So, dude's a cheater, so I'm dropping him down a few spots. It's way worse cheating than steroids, in my opinion, because you freaking know what pitch is coming. That's literally everything. So it drops him
Yeah,
down.
that's
He's still a
unfair.
good player. He was also horrific in the outfield. In the field last year, he made some of the funniest errors I've ever seen. Just know if Jose Altuve.
Oh, like that drop pop up.
Yep, there's so many errors he made last year. One thing you need to remember with Jose
So
Altuve,
many.
if he hits a walk-off home run to send your team to the World Series, make sure you don't take his shirt off because his tattoo is really bad, and he's shy, and his wife will get mad. Who's your number 4,
Yeah.
Ben?
It's well, one little note. I actually kind of threw Altuve to the trash can as I'm not including him on my list, and I think it's for good
Whoa,
reason. Not just because he did not. I don't think he's good. I really
really?
don't think he's a good player.
He was good at one
Yes.
point though, and even without cheating.
When was he good without cheating? Like,
2015,
you were mentioning the years.
2016.
How do we not?
That's true. How do we know that they
How
weren't
do we not
cheating?
know they were cheating back then? We only saw what happened in 2017 and onward.
That's
You can't
very
really
fair.
catch some. That's my thinking of
Yeah,
the
but
idea because it was such a
Beltran
big breakout.
wasn't with the Astros before 2017.
That's true. I mean, but like
I'm pretty sure he's the one who literally
he's
like,
still.
invented it. Because I remember I heard the story. It
I
was
thought it was like a combination though.
struggling player, probably Beltran, and a coach, probably
Beltran.
Cora, came up with the system.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I hate that I'm defending the Astros right here. I don't think they cheated before 2017.
No, it's justified here.
I'm a firm believer that they cheated in 2018, 2019 because guys act like they only cheated in 2017. They only used the trash can in 2017, but I'm a big believer in the buzzers just because of AJ Hinch's interview. They literally asked him, "Do you have buzzers?" And instead of just saying no, he just said, "Well, commissioner's report. The commissioner investigated us for a few weeks." I'm like, yeah, that means the answer's yes. So number
Yeah.
4. So
If it quacks like a duck, it's not a chicken.
Exactly. I like
Is
that
what he was
saying.
saying.
Yep. So number
I
4
love that
for
saying
you.
so much.
It's a great saying. I just heard it for the first time, but I already loved it. Who is
Oh
number?
yeah, there's a bunch of different kind of like variations to
Yep. Who's number 4 for you?
it. Sorry, here we go.
Number
Ozzy
4.
Albies, who I think number 4, yeah.
Yep. Sorry, you're taking too damn long. I had to hurry this up. Nah, you're good.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
I
You're
think
good.
there's a bit of a delay.
Oh, really? Yeah, I
I don't
know,
know.
but nah, you're good. No, it's not that big of a delay. You're good.
All right, here we go. Well, what do you get when you cross a great glove, good speed, switch hitting abilities, and a good baseball in the postseason? That's Ozzy Albies, and that's a manager's dream right there. Now, he doesn't necessarily play all over the field, but that kind of versatility with different areas of the game, like 5 tool areas, that is really plus versatility in a great way. I worded that horribly. Moving on though, he had a kind of down year in 2020 with only a
He was hurt.
773
He broke
OPS.
his hand, which is like
Exactly.
the injury you do not want to get. I had him on my fantasy team too, so that's how I knew. He was hurt for a bit, and
Yeah.
it seems like hand injuries for a hitter are just like, nah, they're bad.
Yeah, because then it's so hard to turn on anything inside. It's
Or
so hard
sometimes
to
when you hit
like
the ball, kind of
stay back,
awkwardly,
breaking
it
balls
hurts your
away.
hands. Sometimes it hurts your hands, especially with a wooden bat,
Oh,
if you know what I mean. So,
mhm.
but yeah,
Yeah,
Ozzy.
like the vibration.
Yeah, exactly. So hand injuries suck.
Yeah.
So that's your number 4. Well, funny you said that because Ozzy Albies comes at number 3 for
Mhm.
me. Now he's different from these other guys
Ooh.
because you already went over the stats, right? No, you didn't. So last year,
Yeah, I bet.
773 OPS, 306 on base is really bad, but 271 average is nice. Needs to walk a bit more, but 803 OPS for his career. He's a super solid player. Plays good defense. He's a 5-tool player. He's all his splits against left-handed. He's a switch hitter, but his splits hitting left-handed against right-handed pitching is terrible. He probably should just G-man Choi and go full-time one side. Now this is the craziest
Mhm.
part about Ozzy Albies. His salary. I'm on Spotrac right now. This is after signing an extension. So this past year he made
Yeah.
$370,000 with the
Mhm.
prorated salary. This year he's making $3 million. Next year he's making 5, then 7, 7, 7, and then 7 until 2027 when he becomes a free agent. And he's only 23, so he'll hit
Oh
free
my
agency
God.
around 30, so we can still kind of cash in well. But dude, that sucks. He signed that extension. Obviously, he signed up for it, but still, like
Mhm.
getting signed to that team friendly of a contract is just unfair to get a player of his caliber. So that's also one thing that makes
Yeah.
him not only from a skill level, from a value level, how much you're paying him it's nuts. So
Mhm.
that's my number 3, and that's your number 4. So I guess we'll segue to your number 3. Who is your number 3?
All right. Meme community, rise right
No
fucking now.
way.
That's
No
right.
way.
Number 9 is going to the fucking podium. David fucking Fletcher.
Hey,
Number 3.
boy, David. I think
Let's go.
I think it's a little too high, but I love it. You gotta love David Fletcher, man.
Of course, fruit gummy for life.
Yeah, he's
Now,
just the.
I do.
Oh yeah, you were saying?
Oh, go ahead. You're
Oh
talking about memes. I love to hear it. Love to hear
no, no, he's like one of those players that every team would do anything to have. Not only in your starting lineup, just because of his versatility and his contact ability. Like he's a perfect bench bat. Like I know he's too good to be a bench bat, but you can take him off the bench. He's hits for a high average, so he can be very clutch. He can play a ton of different positions. He's played the outfield. Can play every infield position. He's just so versatile, and he's just such a valuable player. So I
it.
don't like the ranking, but I do like the player a lot. And you were saying?
All right. Well, if you don't like the ranking, then listen to these stats. Not only is he, in terms of StatCast, the swing and miss rates and the zone swing and miss rates, which just basically means how much you swing and miss at pitches in the zone, are elite tier in the, I believe, 98th percentile, which is incredible. So he doesn't really swing and miss ever. He also had the second highest on base percentage amongst all second basemen, and he is by far the greatest defender of all of them because
More
he
than
has a
Colton
plus
Long?
arm to go along with incredible range and jumps. He's better than Colton Long, yes.
Really? Who won the Gold Glove last year?
He is.
Who was it? Cesar Hernandez.
I'm not sure. I
and
don't even think he.
he wasn't.
Cesar Hernandez.
Yeah, who was up for it in the National League? Who won it in the National League? It was fuck.
Probably Wong, right? I mean,
Let me
should be
check.
Wong.
Yeah, probably. No, I think the reason David Fletcher hasn't won Gold Gloves is because he doesn't play just second base. He plays everywhere.
Yeah.
He played with Simmons hurt last year. He played a ton of shortstop too, which that's real nice.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking up who won the Gold Glove in 2020. It was
Sam. It was Colton Long.
Colton Long, yeah. So no shocker there.
It was.
So
Yep.
moving
Back-to-back years.
Moving on to number 2, we have lefty DJ LeMahieu light. Jeff McNeil, let's go.
Oh,
He's like,
man.
now I was thinking about this the other day. The last episode we talked about how Luke Voigt and Pete Alonso are kind of similar players. Other than the side of the plate they hit from, Jeff McNeil and DJ LeMahieu are pretty similar players. DJ LeMahieu is for a little more contact.
for
Jeff
sure.
McNeil for a little more power. And then Jeff McNeil doesn't play first base, but he can. I actually saw an interview with him. He said he bought a first base glove just in case because they've asked him to play so many positions. He can also play the outfield. He's gonna be a full-time second baseman now. He's been playing. He played a bunch of left field last year. Started the year at third base. Kind of struggled there with Cano on the drugs. And in the Dominican League, where he's been tearing it up in the Dominican League, by the way. He's just retired from MLB and playing Dominican ball because he's been a stud there. But he's just such a good. And he even had he had a cold month, and then he heated right back up. Like the beginning of the season, he didn't hit for any power, but towards the end, he really started to. The same thing happened in 2019, but towards the end of the season, he was hitting for insane amount of power and got, I think, what is it, 20 something? He got around 20 home runs. But last year, 836 OPS, let me zoom in. I can't see. 383 on base percentage. That's elite. And a 311 average.
Yeah.
His career average is 319. His career on base percentage is also 383. And his career OPS 884. 2019, he was pretty ridiculous. He had an OPS of 916. And that was coming from not hitting for the most power at the beginning of the year. He hit for way more towards the end, so you get that slugging percentage up a bit. And he's a great defender at second base, a very good outfield defender, very good third baseman, even though he struggled a bit this past year. The dude needs to learn the dude needs therapy. He's a fucking rage monster, which I love. He's my favorite type of player because he hates striking out, and that's my type of ball player. He just smashes his helmet, breaks his back. Dude's a rage monster, needs some help, but I freaking love my man. Jeff McNeil, I feel bad for the guy, though, because when he went to the All-Star game, when he was up at bat, they put up Jacob deGrom's picture on the Jumbotron, not his. So he thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, he was a little annoyed.
Oh, my
It's
God.
his big moment, man. But Jeff McNeil of the New York Mets. Who's your number 2? Is it Jeff McNeil?
I actually did not include Jeff McNeil because he only made 13 starts at second base this year. Now, in the future, I was not necessarily thinking about Robbie Cano, and him being a full-time second baseman in the future. I was just thinking about the past year. So if I did have to put him somewhere, I would put him number 2 in front of the player I'm about to name. So, yeah, love you, Jeff McNeil. Keep raging. You're not Brett Gardner caliber, but you'll get there someday.
At least Jeff
My
McNeil's
number
helmet
2
doesn't
pick.
smack him in the face.
That's very true. I mean, at least Brett Gardner actually invented
At least Jeff
the
McNeil actually has something to get
dugout
mad about
smack.
because he's so good that he's not used to sucking. Brett Gardner sucks, but he should be used to it by now. You know what I'm saying?
No. No.
Jeff
Nice
McNeil's so
try.
used to
Maybe
being
next
a
time.
god
One.
that it gets him angry. Brett Gardner's not a god, and whatever. Here, you know what? I hate you. I'm mad at you right now.
Once Jack.
That's
well,
what you
know,
get.
Sends one into left field. Gardner
No,
goes.
wait. No. No.
So here, I'm gonna scare you.
Stop it.
All right, number 2 for you is. Let me guess. Is it Brandon Lau?
Brandon Lau.
Yep. B.
Yeah, it
Lau.
is.
Is
He's,
it no? Is it Lau or Lowe? No, it's
B.
Brandon
Lau.
Lau and Nate Lowe, and they were on the same side of the infield. But now he's up
Yeah.
with the Rangers. So
And I mean, he fucking sucks.
yeah,
Brandon Lau, he slugged 554 in the Trop, which is very impressive with great defense. And I did a little math too. If he had played a full season with around 550 at bats, he would be on pace for a 40 home run season. So that's very good. Elite, I wouldn't say necessarily elite, but all-star caliber on base percentage. Great player, back-to-back years. He looks like a stud.
he might be an elite second baseman, but not an elite player, just because second base is a relatively weak position. But he's still a great player. And number 1, I think we can both agree with this. DJ
Can I say-
LeMahieu. Here, you can say it on here.
DJ LeMahieu was snubbed of the MVP last year. DJ LeMahieu is quite possibly the greatest player in baseball history.
So, the greatest player in baseball history. Let's talk about him.
That's facts.
Let's talk about the guy.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. This ain't no debate.
I'm not gonna say
batting
anything.
title.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let you go free because this is your favorite player, I think, of all time, right?
Oh yeah, let's fucking go.
All right, go for it.
You know what he did this past season?
What did he do, Ben?
He was the first player ever to win a batting. He won a batting title in both the American and National League with a 364 batting average. You want to know what that on base was? 421, which was much higher than Jose Abreu.
DJ LeMahieu
And
was
his
snubbed
OPS
of the
was
MVP last
over
year.
1,000.
DJ LeMahieu was
Facts, and
snubbed
let's
of
keep
the MVP
spitting
last
them.
year. DJ LeMahieu is quite possibly the greatest player in baseball history.
You done?
What?
Something I really
One
like
more
about
thing.
being serious now. Something I like about DJ LeMahieu is how well he hits the ball to right field, to the other way. That's really great, and I love his versatility too.
He
He
actually
played third base,
had-
first base, second
he only
base.
pulled the ball 21% of the time last year.
That's crazy. Does he hit the ball up the middle
Yeah,
or to right
so that
field
means-
more?
He actually hit the ball up the middle, I believe, slightly less than right. I think it was like 31% to 34. But obviously, I don't have that good memory, I should say,
Him
because
and
I looked at it this
Ohtani
morning.
should hang out together because all they do is hit the ball the other way.
That's facts. Oh my God, Ohtani's swing is beautiful.
And Dom Smith hits the
Like
ball
the
the other way
inside out,
pretty
it's
well.
so sexy.
Yeah, Dom Smith hits the ball. He
Mhm.
has insane left field he's a left-hand hitter, left field power. Like most of his home runs are, and he can
Mhm.
pull the ball really well. His grand slam this past year against Anthony Kay, he pulled the ball. But yeah, man, nothing like a great opposite field hitter,
Mhm.
especially in Yankee
DJ
Stadium.
does have a lot of pop to.
he
Yeah,
has
actually,
he has
that's
a lot of pop
one
to right
thing
field.
that
He has a lot of pop to right field. Huh? Wonder why. Is it
Yeah,
because
actually, that's a great
DJ
little
LeMahieu is
segue.
quite possibly the
is
greatest
that why?
player
Because he's the
in
best
baseball
player
history.
ever. He's the GOAT.
Yeah, he is the GOAT. You just said it yourself. You have to repeat that all the time.
No.
You admitted it just there. It's on
No, I
tape.
didn't. I asked
Everyone
you,
in
is
the
it because he's
comments,
the GOAT?
if you've made it this far, yeah, Elias just said it. He is the GOAT. He is the greatest player all time. So
3-2. Brasso
it's not
sends
just
one
the
into
stat
left
head
field.
here.
Gardner going back, and it is up and gone. Mike Brasso has homered, and the Rays have.
All right, you done?
I'm
Did
done.
Ben, I was gonna say, did Ben leave? Because last time I played that, your thing crashed. So I thought you just got mad and left.
Yeah, the last time I took out my earbuds and just like slammed them against the ground. So, yeah.
All right, guys, that's our top 10 second baseman list.
How can I get these sound clip things? I need some for myself.
So what you can do if you want, get like Audacity or something, like a free recording program, and then YouTube to MP3, download it, and then send me the sound file, and then I'll put it in here, and I'll make it happen.
All right. I also have a much simpler idea that could allow me to play whatever I want when I want.
What's your idea?
Well, I mean, a good magician never reveals his secrets.
That's true. It's very true.
Be scared. I will torture you.
You will? Here, I'll torture you.
3-2. Brasso sends one into left field. Gardner and it is up and gone. Santa Maria!
Oh, that timing was perfect. I switched to the Santa Maria clip. It was like I switched to the Santa. What the? Oh, this is fucking echoing now. Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind. I was raging for a second, but it started echoing. But anyways, guys, that is our top 10 second baseman's list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And any last words, Ben?
Track. Wall. See ya.